Hello, everybody. The Pokemon I'm working on right now is Mewtwo. He is one of the legendary Pokemon, and he is a clone of Mew. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Hey, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. Hello, Alyssa. Hopefully everything is going well for you tonight. Yeah, I know I've really got a lot done along here. I'm working on this Pokemon right here right now, Mewtwo. He happens to be a clone of Mew. Hey there, Wes. How's it going, dude? I've been using multiple needles at once, so that is helping the progress quite a bit. Hopefully you guys are doing good tonight. Nice. I have a Pokemon radio Lofi channel playing in the background. It has a bunch of different songs from the different video games and TV shows, I do believe. What's going on with this thread? Yeah, it is a pretty big canvas, so that would get in the way. What is going on with this thread? I don't know if this thread is fraying or what is going on with it, but it keeps snagging. Oh my goodness, what is going on back here? Yes, he is. No, I think it got knotted a little bit back here, but I think I might have it figured out. This thread does tend to fray a little bit in certain areas. There we go, that went a little better. Now, where to park you? it would be the needle. I got these from Michael's, so I'm hoping it's not them, because they're not expensive, but they're not cheap either. Yeah, there are little chunks of this thread. I might end this thread, because I don't like how frayed it is in certain spots. I think I've finally got Tia on board for that massive Pokemon one that you have, Alyssa. I told her I'd like to make it into a curtain for our living room. This one I might hang up in Merrick's room when it's done. I thought of turning this one into a curtain, but the edge isn't big enough to put grommets in. Besides Gengar, that's hard to say. I do like Flareon, Articuno, and Charizard. Time for everybody's favorite color, 310. A lot of my favorite Pokemon West are past Gen 1. I like a lot of the fossil. If I was to be a Pokemon trainer, I would probably be a fossil trainer and have all dinosaur Pokemon. I think that's the first movie. 2000 is the one with Lugia and the 3 legendary birds. Yeah, I think it's Mewtwo Strikes Back is the very first one. I still remember my dad taking me to the theater to see it. I think he took me to see the first 3 Pokemon movies in theaters. Yeah, that was a pretty heart-wrenching part of the movie. I think Ash technically died when he turned to stone, and then the tears of all the Pokemon brought him back to life. I find it funny how Pikachu is basically level 100 in the first season, and then as each season progresses, he's basically reset to level 1 in the TV show. Once I get this square finished that I'm working on, I will have the entire top row finished. Yeah, or Butterfree. That's okay, Alyssa. The whole entire concept of Pokemon originally was created. The creator wanted to honor his love of bug catching, so he created Pokemon. Oh, when Ash finds the Charmander left out in the rain, yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen people unbox it from Painting Fairy. Yeah, there's a lot of 310. Well, it'll be for all that galaxy background, won't it? Have you seen that they've made a needle minder that's this has the exact same picture as that piece? It is huge. I think Miho's craft room, Miho from that channel. Yeah, literally, I was just thinking the same thing. She has it, and I've seen it on her channel. So yeah, all through here. I still can't believe I've been working on this piece for almost 2 years. Mm-hmm. Oh, right there. Yeah, I definitely think it was that thread I was using. I was having issues with. There was quite a few frayed bits that were starting to fray, so it was snagging. I've also built some jigsaw puzzles and played some video games when I need a little break, but I've worked on this every month. Well, if I want to get another project on the go, I need to finish this one first. That's the deal. I have to remember to make my other live streams I've done with my phone go public. For some reason, when I live stream with my phone, it's public until I'm done the stream, and then the video becomes private. But when I live stream with my laptop, it's automatically public, no matter what. I do not understand. Well, that's considering they're both humanoid Pokemon. Um, I don't know. I like more psychic type, so I'd probably have to go with Mr. Mime. But if I was building an ice team, Jinx would be a good choice. Oh, Yeah, more like her maid. You never see him without his broom in his hand. Ah, one, two. Yep, Mr. I don't know where he is in this piece, but I am. No, actually, no, I'm not very close to Jinx yet either. Just checking something here quickly. Oh, Mr. Mime is right underneath Lapras. Once I eventually get back over to the far side, I should be able to get to him decently. Speaking of puzzles, Alyssa, I recently saw on the internet, on Google, or it might have been Amazon, you can get Amy Stewart's Amazing Animal Kingdom as a 2,000-piece puzzle. I have a good start on Beedrill at the bottom. I'm thinking at Halloween time I might switch over to working on Ghastly Haunter and Gengar for the month of October. But yes, I think it was like $50-ish. I think Tia might eventually pick it up for us. She liked the image. During Dawn Busy Mom stream the other, I think it might have been Wednesday, we were kind of debating over the animal in the top left corner. I don't know if you were part of that stream, Alyssa, but I looked at, that's how I found, yeah, I know it was a bird. It was a cockatoo. I looked up the picture and that's how I ended up finding the puzzle. I'll stay asleep. Yeah, I think in the cross stitch the beak was fading into the background. Should we? Wes, we're talking about the bird here, the parrot. Nice. Yeah, no, this bird that we're talking about, the cockatoo, it's about the size of a parrot. It's mostly pure white, but it has like pink head feathers that pop up. And down in I think it's South America, they have pure black ones. Yeah. If I do it, if I come do that piece, I want to do the supersize max color so that it is full of detail. So I have completed the top row. What is that? So that's that one. I have two symbols that are right beside, that are both red symbols, and the thread color is, one is 762 and the other is 3865. A very, very, one's an off-white and the other one's white, so this is going to be fun. Oh, they do, Wes, they do. I just am very careful when I go to work through them. I have a bit of a nightmare on the other side of the canvas. I am not looking forward to dealing with this mess. Yeah. That's why I've moved to the right side for right now. Somebody told me I should just cut the threads, and I'm like, nope. I will work my way through them. Yeah. I am just going to use one of my needles to help me get through it all. The tree handle candle Pokemon. The three handle. Uh, is that Chandelier? I think it starts out as like a little candle. It's like a fire ghost type. Whenever Tia plays the game, she always picks the water starter no matter what it looks like. I like to pick one that I like the look of by its final stage. There's been a couple water starters I picked. I like Greninja, the where did my there it is. And sometimes I pick it based off if one of them's one of my favorite animals. I think it's um oh, what generation? First, the fourth generation, Diamond and Platinum. I really like Piplup as a water Pokemon. He is the little penguin at the very bottom in your piece, Dawn. But there's also a grass owl that I like because I love owls. And his final stage is grass and ghost type. His name is Decidueye. Good lord. My most hated Pokemon. I don't know. I just um that's hard to say because I don't. There's none that I really don't like. Depends on how if I'm battling one, it might. Yeah, you gotta get them all, catch them all. Or in my case, you have to stitch them all. I was going to use that for my YouTube channel, but somebody else has already got it. Yeah, maybe Tentacool. Alyssa, Yogi would not like Tentacool. It is a squid Pokemon. Just wait till she sees me posting pictures in the Facebook group when I get that Pokemon completed. I find them kind of annoying. And I think they're called, in their Pokedex entry, even though they are rat Pokemon, I think they're called mouse Pokemon. No, I didn't hear that. I did see the one picture that somebody posted of the 3 aliens, which I thought was funny. There's a running joke in our one Facebook group, Wes, that if people stitch a certain amount of stitches a day, or they stitch without gritting or whatnot, they're part of the alien club. Yeah, Pokemon did tend to pull at the heartstrings. That's true, yeah. I have to refer to my paper pattern right now because these symbols are blurry. That's the one where Bulbasaur stayed behind to protect the village, wasn't it? I also remember one where he was going to evolve, but he didn't end up evolving. It's been so long since I've seen them. I don't know. Oh, delicious coffee. remember how hard the games used to be back in the day when we didn't have internet. We had to ask our friends on the playground how to get past things. It took me forever how to get past that first tree and learn the move cut. They have definitely made the games way too easy for kids nowadays. Oh, not that one. I have 10 needles threaded at the moment and trying to figure out which one I need. Oh, buddy. We think Merrick has got his first cold. He's teething at the same time, so it's a double whammy. He seems to be holding up pretty good, though. You might end up hearing him on the monitor. I have it just off to the side, so I can keep an eye on him. He's got his butt up in the air. It's kind of funny. This here, yes, this is Mewtwo's tail. I thought this part where it's this orange blob was part of another part of Mewtwo's tail, but it's Aerodactyl's wing. I think I'm getting close to one of Mewtwo's eyeballs. They're all clones. Give me 1 second, guys. I think my chinchilla needs some water. Sergeant Jenny. Yeah, you might hear my chinchilla bouncing around. He's being pretty active right now. There's a way you, like, as long as it's not a live stream, you can put on English subtitles, I think, in your settings. I've done that a couple times. I just don't understand how she doesn't stab herself with how fast she stitches. It's insane. What's your question, Wes? Slugma? Yeah, it's like a lava slug. It evolves into make cargo. Is it a Generation 1 Pokemon? Magmar? You need to check out an image of Moltres without its flames. It looks like a rubber chicken. Golem. Geodude's final stage, Golem. From Gen 1, either I do like Dugong, and I also like Vaporeon. Not so much the flopping fish. His evolution, on the other hand, I completely forgot about. Gyarados. I have him, a good chunk of him started. I basically have the starters done of them, plus some of the very first um, row I have done across the top now. I remember Red Gyarados. If I ever, they have a version of this Wes on a website. A lot of us Stitchers are obsessed with painting fairy, and they have this Pokemon cross stitch, but it's the shiny version instead, where all the Pokemon are done up in their shiny versions, and Red Gyarados is in there. Some of them are bigger than my hand, but some of the because the lack of color that they have in this kit, Alyssa, they have some weird color combinations for shading and whatnot. And Tia has pointed out quite a few of the Pokemon that are slightly off. But I think it's because I got it from Tapestry Market and they aren't licensed. So here's a little Pokemon knowledge for you, Wes. Did you know that Ditto is supposedly a failed attempt at cloning Mew? It has all the abilities that Mew can do. It can learn, I think, I don't know if it can learn all attacks in the game, but it can transform like Mew can. And their shinies are the exact same color. I think it's one of the islands in the game. It might be Cinnabar Island. Has somewhere has a bunch of dittos roaming around, and they are all supposedly failed attempts at cloning Mew. Wes is one of my buddies from work, Alyssa. Yes, I've been talking to him about my cross stitch progress, and he's decided to check it out. I've had a few people from work subscribe to my channel. I think I'm up to 75 subscribers now. Come on. Yeah, we look out for each other where we work. Yep. We work in a factory that supplies all the vet clinics across southern Ontario the supplies that they need from food or medication. We basically grocery shop for the vets, don't we, Wes? No, I did not have a crush on Jessie growing up. But there were girls in my grade that had a crush on Goku from Dragon Ball Z. Jesse and James, the original two cross-dressers before it was mainstream. For context, Alyssa, in the TV show that Pokemon's based off of, there's an evil organization called Team Rocket, and two of their members, let's just say, aren't the most powerful Pokemon trainers, but they always dress up in disguises to try and trick the good guys. And Jessie, the girl, always dresses up in guys' clothing, and James, the boy, always dressed up in dresses and other feminine clothing. It's quite comical. Yep. Oh, there is one Pokemon I do relate to, Wes, and that is Psyduck. The amount of headaches that poor thing gets. I'm I think Wes, you're the late '90s. I think I'm early, or no, late '80s. I'm early '90s. Yeah, '80. That's what I meant to say. '80, late '80s. I was born in '91, so I think I was in grade 3 when Pokemon came out. What I find funny is Tia and I are both born in '91, and our birthday is both the 5th day of the month that we were born in. Where are you from, Alyssa? Wes and I are up here in Ontario, Canada. I think it was last Friday when I was streaming, somebody from Argentina was commenting on the live stream. I was checking the analytics on my channel, and I've apparently had people from um, Uzbekistan and Indonesia view my videos. That was pretty cool. I know it was pretty warm up here today. I ended up getting a bit of a sunburn. Mind you, that was my own fault. I think Tia's got some aloe vera here. It's not a bad one. I was helping Mom out in the flower bed. That's why I didn't end up live streaming this morning, Alyssa. And I took my cross stitch up to work on for when I needed a break, and I sat apparently in the sun a little too long. I still remember it was 2 or 3 years ago. I got burnt really bad to the point where my back was peeling, and Tia's like, no more lobster. Um, I do burn pretty good. It was weird when I was down in Florida. The only day that I burned, like this was back in 2002, was the day I put sunscreen on. The rest of the time I was down there, I did not burn. Or Targaryen Wes. I'm really excited for House of the Dragon to start up. My mom can sit out in the sun all day and not burn. She can tan very easily. Me, on the other hand, I'll burn, get a bit of a tan, and I'm back to being white again. More white than I normally am. But yeah, you could say that. Both my mom and my sister tan. I wish I could tan more regularly without burning like crazy. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 11 needles threaded right now. Really? Hopefully everything's okay. That is crazy. Wes. Yeah. Doug Trio is a Pokemon, in case if you were wondering, Alyssa. And it's a mole Pokemon that likes to live in the ground. And it does occasionally cause an earthquake. You will eventually see it in your piece at some point. I don't know where it is in yours. I don't know, Wes. Tia might have you beat there. Tia is a bit of a Pokemon scholar. She's a Pokemon scholar, and I'm a puzzle wizard, as she likes to call me. I can't believe they're getting into vehicles now because they're running out of designs for Pokemon. There is now Pokemon that is like food. originally it was basically all based off of animals, except for the occasional humanoid looking one. And some of the translations for the names from Japanese. Yeah, that piece has the first 5 generations, so there's quite a few. But I think there's over 1,000. I think there's like 1,060 something Pokemon now. And a couple, I know there's at least one Pokemon that's at the top. It's 2 different forms in the piece. Giratina, it's a gray looking demonic type thing. I think the one form of it's second or third down from the top left. Who, me? Or Alyssa? I'm working on Mewtwo right now. Still. And I'm starting to get into a little bit of his eye. Somewhat. What I might start doing is at the end of the month, each month I'll hold up the full piece and start taking a progress video of it so everybody can see. Since I was going to do work on Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar at Halloween, I don't know how far I'll get along on them. I was asking Tia what Pokemon would be good to do at Christmas time for a Christmas theme, and she said Jinx actually, Wes. Weeping Bell, yes, that is the second stage. Its first stage is Bellsprout. And then Victreebel is the final stage. I believe it's based off of a Venus flytrap, for the most part, or a pitcher plant. That is funny. Yeah, Charizard does get a lot of slack for not being a dragon type, even though it looks like a dragon. A lone lizard with lip injections. Oh my god. Yeah, going back to Jinx, there is an episode of the TV show. I don't know if it got banned or if they changed it. Um, there was a Christmas episode where Jinx was working with Santa Claus, but due to racism, the color of her skin was black, so they changed. I think they changed it to purple to be more kosher. Yeah, it was kind of iffy, wasn't it, Wes? Charizard's one of my favorites. Even though he looks like a dragon, Alyssa, he is not a dragon. He is a lizard with wings. Even though he looks like a dragon. Charmander, the first stage, is based off the word salamander. Then Charmeleon, the second stage, is based off the word chameleon. And Charizard is based off the word lizard. And I think this Pokemon is in. Yes, this will be in your piece, Alyssa. There's a balloon Pokemon. It's called Drifloon. It is apparently based off of Pennywise the Clown from Stephen King's It. In its Pokédex entry, it says that it likes to take children away. But it apparently doesn't like fat children because they are too heavy to lift. I don't know if there's a Pokemon based off of Krampus yet. Yeah, there's some pretty dark Pokédex entries out there. There's also a sandcastle Pokemon, Alyssa, that they apparently have found the bones of human children inside. And they say Pokemon is for kids. Oh yeah. The one Pokemon West was talking about, Haunter. Pikachu West. All the way. Haunter, if it licks you, it will basically kill you. That was another episode that Ash basically died in when the chandelier falls on him. And Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar take his spirit on a journey because they wanted somebody to play with. The amount of times Pikachu zapped him, yeah. It's a wonder he didn't have a heart attack from all the electrocution. Yeah, you could say that, Alyssa. He he doesn't die, but there are a lot of times where he should have died. Oh yeah, Team Rocket blasting off again from Pikachu's Thunder Shock. I can't believe it's like 1:15. It's all good, Wes. I'm probably gonna stitch for a little bit longer than that's. That, yeah, I have mine. I'm streaming from my phone, so I have it plugged in so it doesn't die on me. So where did you start working when you started your Pokemon piece, Alyssa? Did you start from a corner or? Speaking of Gengar, that was a model kit Tia got me for Christmas last year. Okay, so I think I know which you've got, like Rattata. I think there's a white squirrel one. Night West. Uh, the white squirrel thing with the blue stripe is Pachirisu. Oh yeah, I see I'm looking at the picture right now. Yeah, in the very bottom, that purple rat-looking thing is Pachirisu. Or no, it's Rattata, and then the white squirrel thing beside it is Pachirisu. Then you've got Tux. Um, oh, what is his name? He's like a poison frog, but then right above them is Zubat, and then Weepinbell. But to the immediate right of Weepinbell is one of my favorite Pokemon, Abra. Oh, come on, you stay in the case. I don't know if I would be able to do that pattern as a counted cross stitch off the Lord Libidin site. I think I would have to do it as a stamped kit with the amount of Pokemon that there are and colors. So I'm used to having the 40 colors for this piece, But it's going to be quite the upgrade to go from 40 colors to 233. There's somebody in Yogi's Facebook group that is doing it as a counted. No, thank you. And when I got this kit, I took all the thread off the floss card things that they came on because they were on individual ones. It wasn't one solid giant sheet. And I put them in envelopes. But when I eventually get that Pokemon one, I'm probably just going to leave them on their respective cards. So do you stitch in hand like me, or do you have it in a hoop or a Q-snap when you work on it? And what count are you also working on? Is it 14? I really want to get that Painting Fairy scroll frame, but I don't really have with the way our apartment's set up. We have a 3-bedroom apartment, but the kitchen and living room are basically one giant room, so it's open concept. So yeah, we don't really have the extra space for me to have an area set up for cross stitching, so I'm kind of using our the table we use for puzzles right now. I have Tia's Ninja Turtle puzzle covered up at the moment. My chinchilla cage takes up a good chunk of the living room as well. I did get a hoop for Christmas, but with the size of this piece, I think a scroll frame would be better for it. Because I like to be able to take this for I like to be able to just move with it, like the thread along, and getting to the edges of the hoop I don't like. and I didn't like the indents and whatnot it was leaving in the canvas once I took the hoop off. Well, that's just my own personal preference. If I didn't... And I found that it was hard to fold up the canvas around the hoop because it's thicker, I think, like Yogi says with the stamped kit, than regular Ada fabric, I find. So I'd have part of the canvas flopping around while I was trying to use the hoop, which just became a bit of a pain in the butt, unfortunately. I'm also very bad for traveling with my cross stitch. I'll fold it up and take it up to my parents to work on outside, or if I'm doing homework with Caden up there, I'll work on it while he's working on his homework. And there's also a group in my town where I live. If I can manage to get a Thursday off from work, they call it Knittin' Bitch. So I go down with my mom and I work on my cross stitch while the ladies work on their crocheting and knitting. I am the only guy in the group, but that's okay. I'm eventually going to have to find somebody who can help me iron this. Uh-oh. I have a color parked in the wrong spot. I'm glad I'm starting to recognize which colors are which symbols. We'll go down here. Luckily that was an easy fix. If I didn't end up live streaming tonight, I was probably going to try and finish season 6 of Supernatural. I have seen past this point, but I think I was watching it on Prime previously, to the point where I had to pay for newer seasons, and I did not want to do that, so I stopped watching. But now it's all available for free on Amazon Prime. Like, I remember certain things. My mom's even watching it, but she's fallen behind a little bit, I think. I think where I'm at right now, Sam has finally got his soul back. It was his soulless arc. They defeated Eve. And now they've found out that Crowley is still alive. I like Crowley. I remember a lot of it, but there's some stuff that is I like them having another brother. I completely forgot about that. I think I was scrolling through Facebook tonight, and on there was like a little spot where it showed like a bunch of painting fairy cross stitches. There was a Supernatural one, but it had a lot of 310. the one episode I recently watched. Excuse me. Had me busting a gut. Dean had apparently been cursed, and whenever he talked to somebody, they started telling him the truth. And Bobby started talking about how he went to a shiatsu massage, and there was something she did with his toe. I was laughing hysterically. That is funny. When I first glanced at your that comment you just said, when I read Miho, I instantly thought Misha. Yeah, I like Castiel. I've also been watching some animes with Tia while cross stitching. I tell her it's the only way I'll get through the animes. We are watching a really cool one right now called Fairy Tale. Fairy Tale is about this. I can't remember the name of the land, but it's about these different guilds that defend the land from creatures and whatnot. They get hired to go out and save the day, and each character has like different abilities and powers. I'm really bad at remembering the characters' names, so I come up with nicknames for them all until they finally sink in after watching it enough. But the main character is, they call her a celestial summoner. She has all these different keys, like keys you use to open up your house. And she can summon the different creatures and beings to help aid her in battle and whatnot. And her more rare ones are the 12 zodiac symbols. I think so far right now she has Aquarius, Taurus, uh, Virgo, Leo, Cancer. There might be one more. But their guild has, they think we're like 40 episodes in each. There's 3 seasons, and I think each season has like 175 episodes. So to get through a long anime like that, I have to be working on something. Or if I sit back on the couch, I'm more likely to fall asleep. I'm also a really huge Dungeons and Dragons fan, and I like to listen to like actual play podcasts where they play through a campaign while I'm working. And the one group I've listened to for like the last 10 years, I think they've gone through 3 campaigns. They're also a lot. They're all nerdy voice actors, and so they voice act in a lot of anime. So Tia has been finding animes that they voice act in to see if I can guess the voice actors. I can see Mewtwo's face starting to come in. I was trying Dawn's method for a little bit there by doing block by block, but there were a couple times where I ended up missing a stitch. So I've now gone back to Gemma's kind of way of doing color flow slash the next stitch over, so I don't miss any stitches. See, with the way I've been stitching, I'm a little worried about like the tension kind of being shifted a little bit, but I've I've had people tell me that when I wash it, the fabric will soften up and loosen up a bit, and the threads will fluff up. That is good to know. I think I'm going to end the stream there, though. I'm getting pretty tired. You enjoy the rest of your night, Alyssa, and I will see you in the next one.